Thank you, Glenn. We're back here talking about the local real estate market, and we're talking to Linda Savidra with ShowHomesTampa.com about staging your home, and a real important aspect of selling any property. But I think it gets more important as you climb the price charts. You know, if you're selling a $100,000 home today, it's not to say that you can't use some staging advice, but there's enough supply and demand that you may not need it. If you're selling a $1 million home, it's pretty crucial. You should really look into talking to a stager and some of the different programs that are out there. And if you have questions about staging or anything to do with real estate, whether it's buying a home, selling a home, foreclosures, short sales, real estate statistics, anything to do with real estate, you can call us. We'll answer your questions live or help point you in the right direction. And it's 855, toll-free, 855-970-WFLA. So it's basically 855 and then the name of the radio station. Pretty easy phone number to remember. And you can call our office at that number anytime when we aren't on air as well. So Linda, one of the programs I really wanted to talk to you about that is different than what a lot of staging companies do is you guys have this program called Home Manager, which I think is pretty innovative because it takes away a lot of the seller responsibilities for a vacant property. It helps cover some of their costs. The staging costs are less than traditional staging, and it works really, really well. So I figured I'd give you a minute to kind of explain what the Home Manager program is, for all of our listeners out there kind of curious about, home staging techniques.
Thank you, Andrew. Well, first let me just identify the different types of staging. When we talk about traditional staging is really where we come in and design, and home seller rents furniture and furnishings in particular rooms and we set it up. So it's just the rental of furniture. A much more affordable way to do it, which we absolutely love and is a win-win for everybody, home sellers, realtors, everybody involved, is a different type of program that ShowHomes actually is renowned for and unique to us, is to actually have the home fully staged instead of just a few rooms. We do have a very professional, highly qualified, selected candidate that we put in the home. They live there like a caretaker, and they do absolutely, they offset some of the costs that the homeowner has been paying for. So, for example, we would fully stage a home. We would have a home manager in that property. That home manager assumes the electric, the water, the lawn care, the pool care, so giving the homeowner immediate financial relief on those costs. If they're paying vacancy insurance, if that house is vacant, which they should, that is hugely expensive, so it relieves them of that. And the fact they've got some peace of mind. They've got somebody in there that's taking care of their property, looking out for it, showing it some love. There is an energy in that home that cannot be duplicated any other way. It is hands down win-win. And the best part about it, under that program, the fee for staging is a one-time fee, and it's paid at closing.
So there's no risk then, in terms of financial risk for the, because again, it closes and, you're happy. I'll tell you the other aspect about the program that I think is pretty innovative and that I really like is the fact that you've got someone there who's been coached about, hey, play the music, have it smelling nice, and we work with a lot of homeowners, and quite frankly, we give them some of this advice, but then they're busy, they're not getting any, I wouldn't say they're not getting a financial benefit, but they're not getting any coaching on an ongoing basis, or they've not done this lots of times. Again, you have people that have sold a lot of homes, but then we'll have homeowners who will leave dishes, not make beds, they'll leave, this person is accountable to that, it's a process and it's a system that they know they have certain things that they have to do before that home is shown. And sometimes our clients are too busy. They're too busy to be able to deal with all that. They're busy professionals. They've got jobs and careers and families. And this home manager really kind of takes that responsibility off of them and says, you know what? I'll make sure to turn the music on. I'll make sure to put the air freshener in. I'll make sure to, to open up the fireplace and do all these things because, the homeowner doesn't always remember to do them all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, sometimes when we work with realtors and homeowners, there's a little hesitancy because they think about their experience with having a tenant.
And this is different. This is not a tenant.
This is not a tenant. This is a professional contractor that works with us who has gone through very stringent qualification processes and training. Their job is to have that house show to sell ready 7 days a week. So it's perfect for showings every time.
And a lot of your home managers are people that go from property to property to property.
Yes.
I mean, so they have a vested interest in satisfying you because they might get to live in a nicer home than they normally could live in, but they keep it super nice and just awesome. And sometimes they're homeowners in transition. you know, they're homeowners that need a place to stay for a few months, that have, you know, nice things, that understand staging. You know, so I think that part of it is really crucial to understand. You're not just saying, hey, Mr. Renter, you know, come on in here and live in this great house and, you know, make the bed every once in a while. It's a lot more complex than that.
Yeah, it is. In fact, out of about 100 people who apply to our home manager program, only about 2 are actually selected for it.
Yeah, so that tells you how stringent it is. You're not just looking for a tenant, you're looking for a professional that will help get that home sold for top dollar. And I think, you know, that's the part of it that I think gets missed when people don't when people don't really delve into learning more about it, and they just hear the basics of the program. They have all these assumptions, and you know what they say when you assume, you know. So, you know, nonetheless, you know, breaking down the assumptions and some of the myths about it, it can be really effective. And I think your staff's supported. I mean, we've had a great experience. We've had a couple properties, and, you know, flew right off the shelf. The last 2 we've done sold less than a week, and you know, I think it's really crucial, again, as you climb the price chart. You know, but also that's not to say that you shouldn't stage a $300,000 home. I mean, I'm not saying this is just for $1 million homes. If you look at the ROI on it, the return on investment for the person that spends the money and gets the price, you know, I think it pays for itself many times over.
Yeah, I'll just share a couple quick experiences that we've had, and we have so many success stories.
And I think it's important, Linda, we have to run to a news break. We got to pay the bills, you know. So here at Clear Channel, they make us take breaks to pay the bills. So before you get into that story, we're going to continue the story after a news break, but we'll run into a couple of those experiences and explain some of the great things ShowHomes is doing after a quick break here on the Duncan Duo Show.